Hi, my name's Jules and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, this is like the second part of our more detailed talk through of our Florida trip, including costs and logistics, what we've planned, etc. So hopefully you've seen the trip announcement and reveal video. Last week I talked to you about Universal, and this week I'm going to talk to you about the off-site portion of our trip. So for this video, when I say off-site, we have got 4 specific days in our trip where we're actually staying off-site, i.e. not at Universal, not at Disney, which I'll touch on. But we're also doing some things which I'm also classifying off-site that are included within our upfront days when we're at Universal. So let me explain. So when we had to sadly cancel our Disney cruise, we started having to think about what we could do as an alternate, and there is so much stuff to do in Florida. We had so many ideas, so many things that we'd seen. Some unfortunately we've had to discount because even with the length of our trip, so just over 3 weeks, we don't have time to do everything, which in my head is just an excuse to go back at some point. But yeah, we've had to prioritise what we want to do whilst also kind of balancing giving ourselves some rest time as well so that we don't burn ourselves out. What we did when we had to cancel the cruise was we looked to see if there was anything similar. And what came up was Discovery Cove, and I've seen a lot about Discovery Cove either in other people's vlogs, on trip reports, and it just looks incredible. So Discovery Cove is like an all-inclusive day, and it's kind of like part animal sanctuary, wildlife-y versus relaxation, pools, lazy river, swimming. It's not a thrill experience, nothing like that. It just sounds like a really nice chilled day out. So when we really started looking at Discovery Cove, we thought, well, this is perfect actually, because there are certain things that we can do there which we were hoping to do on the Disney cruise. So it's kind of felt like where we couldn't do one, we could do it with Discovery Cove. And it just so happened to be around the time of Black Friday. So we managed to get what we thought was a really good deal for $571. We booked the full day at Discovery Cove for the 3 of us, including the dolphin swim package. I mean, when I was growing up, we had friends and things who were fortunate enough to go on Florida holidays when we didn't. And I always remember seeing their pictures of them swimming with dolphins, and, you know, as a child, it was just like, that's the dream, isn't it? So to be able to do something like that for Oscar is something that we're just mega excited for, and can't wait to see his face. I think it'll be something that he might be a little bit apprehensive about at first, but hopefully he won't be too frightened by it and we'll just be able to kind of enjoy it. Now with Discovery Cove, it's an all-inclusive day, as I mentioned, so your breakfast and your lunch is included. It's buffet style, and again, from looking up vlogs and different things, there is a vast range, a huge selection, and to cater for different dietary requirements as well, so that's perfect. And that's great for that to be all inclusive. Obviously on that particular day we just know then that what we've spent covers everything. It also includes your drinks, and surprisingly alcoholic drinks as well. I'm not sure if it includes everything like cocktails, but I think it does include like beers and wine. So although I'm not sure how sensible it is to be drinking while you're in water, but yeah, if we get a chance to kind of like lay out, enjoy the sun, then yeah, I'm sure we'll grab a glass of something. So we're really excited for that. The other thing that we purchased for Discovery Cove was a photo package, and we paid $219.50, and that includes 8 prints, a photo frame, a photo album, and all digital photos. So again, we're really happy with that. There are different tiers of photo package. Some include just a print, some include like everything. There was a more expensive package than ours, but we just didn't think we needed everything. But this one was kind of sold to us on the fact that you get all your digital images as well, because hopefully we'll get some really nice ones with the dolphin and with Oscar. We have got a GoPro that we very kindly got for Christmas, so we're looking forward to filming like underwater and some of us swimming. You can't take your GoPro in with the area like with the dolphins though, or the animals, for obvious reasons, so it would be nice to get the photos of that, because with the three of us all going in together there isn't anyone to then take our photo, so that will be nice to have that included within the day itself. So we're excited for Discovery Cove. The extra additional benefit of booking the Discovery Cove package was that we also got 14-day tickets at their like sister park, so SeaWorld, and we think it included Aquatica and Busch Gardens, but we're not going to make use of those two because, like I say, we just can't fit everything in. But SeaWorld, definitely. We have been watching other people's vlogs and it just looks great and like so much fun. In particular, I think Sesame Street Land, I think I mentioned it in our reveal video, we've always like dressed Oscar up, Oscar the Grouch obviously, and always got him like little Oscar merch where we can find it, and we grew up with Sesame Street, so is Oscar, so I think that one will just be like a nice thing to do, although again I think he's getting a little bit big for it, so hopefully it won't be with too much reluctance that we can take him to enjoy that area. There's also some fantastic roller coasters, Mako in particular. I've heard and seen videos of it and it just looks incredible. Apparently it's one of the best roller coasters in Florida. It's so smooth, so we're excited to try that. And of course just all the other experiences. We love animals, and I think you can see like the penguins and things. I think there is also dolphins there that you can see, so I think SeaWorld is not going to disappoint in terms of having lots of stuff for all the family to do. So we're planning on making use of SeaWorld for a couple of days while we're out there to kind of really get the benefit of that 14-day worth of tickets. So like I've talked about previously with Universal, we've never been to Discovery Cove or SeaWorld before, so again that's going to be all new to us. So if you have got any tips then please do share them with us, because we're all ears. And we're just hoping to have make use of those as like a nice couple of like more chilled out days, I think, or that's the hope. So those are the like off-site things that we're going to do. So with the 4 days that we had the gap to fill from the cruise, we decided to book a complete off-site hotel just to try and keep costs in check, because everything was starting to kind of mount up a bit. Whilst we could have extended Universal, it didn't feel like we needed to. And whilst we might have looked at extending Disney, there was a chance that we might have lost the package that we booked, which we'll talk about in next week's video in more detail. So really, it kind of felt that it was just sensible to just do something else completely different. So we looked around at some hotels and the location of places, and because you've definitely got it kind of split into two different sections where you're closer to Disney or closer to like Universal and iDrive. So we've decided to stay on iDrive. We have chosen Rosen International, which we booked through Virgin Holidays, and for the 4 nights we've paid £223, which again we thought was a really good offer. Now, like some of the other hotels that we've booked, it is a room only rate, so no breakfast is included, no lunch, dinner, dining credits, anything like that. So we will need to utilise the off-site restaurant locations for that. But that's perfect because we'll be right on iDrive, and we've had a look around. Again, we'll talk about this in a dining video in more detail, but there is loads of incredible restaurants in very close proximity to where we're staying, so we're a bit spoiled for choice really. Now, whilst we're staying at the Rosen Inn, we thought about what things we could do to really utilise those 4 days, as well as giving us a little bit of downtime in between Universal and Disney and give us some rest time. So on the first day, we're just going to have quite a chill day. We're going to visit the outlets on International Drive and also go to the Mall of Millennia. Not necessarily for the shopping at that point, because we're hoping that we kind of get everything done at the outlets, but for the Cheesecake Factory. So again, growing up, I've always heard about the Cheesecake Factory. I love cheesecake. The menu is extensive. It's like an encyclopedia, their menu. But it just looks great. Again, I've heard so many good reviews. I know it's like a chain restaurant, but I think it's like, sounds like one of the better chain restaurants. So that's kind of our plan for day one, is do all of our shopping bits and have some good food. Day two, we're looking forward to this day actually, because I'm going to go to the Titanic exhibition, which is priced at $22 a ticket. I could buy those tickets up front, but there isn't a discount or seemingly any benefit from doing so. So I think I'm just going to hold off, and then we can just kind of gauge it on the day, make sure that we still want to go or if we want to do something else. Whilst I'm there, the boys are going to go to Chuck E. Cheese, which again, we just heard about growing up, and I think it's just something that Oscar's going to love. Pizza and video games. That kid is going to be in heaven, and so is Pete. so they can have fun. I won't feel like I'm being rushed around, because whilst I love history and museums, you know, I have an 8-year-old. It's not his favourite thing to do. I don't want to feel like I'm dragging him around, but nor do I want to rush. I want to kind of really take my time. So I think those kinds of things will be like a nice thing to do just of the afternoon. Maybe in the morning we can make use of some pool time. In the evening go for a nice dinner. So again, that's quite a relatively chill day. Day three, we're going to go to SeaWorld again. So we're going to go to SeaWorld twice, so that'll be the second day. If we enjoy it, that is, I guess. Once we've been the first time, if we feel that we want to go back, then we've kind of just penciled it in. If not, maybe we could do something else, but I'm assuming that we will want to go back. So that's penciled out for SeaWorld. And then day four, before we head over to our Disney portion of the trip, then we're going to do a Disney Springs day. And I'm guessing that will be quite a chill day. It'll still be probably quite a bit of walking and stuff, but when we went in November, we did Disney exclusively for the 14 days that we were there. Well, 14 nights, 15 days. But there's so much to see, so much to do. Of course, you've got all 4 main parks, then the water parks, and then everything else. And it's really hard, isn't it, to kind of juggle that. You want to do everything in the parks, but also you want to go to Disney Springs and do some of that. And it just can be a bit of a logistical nightmare, because you just want to make the best use of your holiday, of course. So what we thought is, if we dedicated a day to Disney Springs whilst we're kind of not doing anything else, then hopefully we can get all of our shopping and food bits done that we want to do there. And whilst we still might pop in perhaps of an evening, or if we decide to leave for lunch or anything like that, then it kind of feels then that we've already done it, and that we're not kind of rushing or having to kind of like reduce our park days if we don't want to. Now with Disney Springs, what we actually found last time was, because it was so extensive, I think we only went halfway round, because when other people referenced like other shops and things, I think we didn't see them. So I think we must have only gone 1/2 round. So what we'll obviously have to do is do that other half that we missed like first, and then make our way around the other side. I think there's some great things to do there. We have booked a dining reservation at Disney Springs. We've booked Chef Art's Homecoming, and we've got a brunch reservation. And that menu just looks incredible, so I'm excited for that. Also, if we've got room, Blaze Pizza maybe for dinner, because I just love Blaze Pizza. I'm not a huge fan of pizza, but Blaze Pizza I just loved. I had a white base pizza, which I've never had before either, and it was just a revelation. So excited for that. I think Pete might want to experience like the Coca-Cola experience. I don't drink much pop because of my colitis. It just doesn't really work for me. I'm not a fan of Coke really anyway, but I think they do like a little flight that you can buy with different Coca-Colas from around the globe. So I think, and they're only small, so you know, maybe that's something we might want to do whilst we're there. Ghirardelli, definitely one. A Ghirardelli sundae with the hot fudge. I should stop talking about food. I'll talk about food separately, but I'm just obsessed. And of course all the shops at Disney Springs, like, we've got a budget for like the merch that we want to buy. There's loads of 50th merch that we've got our eye on, spirit jerseys, lounge flies. I suppose it depends what's available when we're there, of course. I wouldn't mind trying to get some art prints though, because there's a couple of places in our house that are just quite bare, and I think it might be nice to have like a nice Disney print something there. So we're going to have a look at that. Definitely go for the Christmas shop. We of course will want to buy a Christmas decoration whilst we're out there for our Disney tree. There's just so much to do at Disney Springs, so I think that will be like a full day out there. And well, hopefully, like, Oscar hates the shop, so I think we're just gonna have to kind of juggle it with a bit of shopping and then maybe a sit down and doing something else, eating, then maybe a bit more shopping, just to see if we can like eke out the day with him without him getting too bored or frustrated, because obviously it's his holiday as well. So excited for that. So that's our 4 days off-site, and whilst we have tried to kind of plan them so that they're a little bit more relaxed, obviously we've still got stuff on every day, so we'll just have to see and just maybe make a call over those 4 days if we feel like we might want to kind of just recharge the batteries before Disney. So we'll see. But yeah, any other tips, any restaurants that you think we should be trying on iDrive, let us know. I've got a couple of places in mind, but nothing concrete, and I'm not sure that you can always book things in advance anyway, so it probably wouldn't make a difference. So yeah, if you've got any recommendations, then let us know. But yeah, join us next week when we go into Disney detail, which I'm super excited for. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.